Hello everyone. Today we are going to see one of the most important topics, and this is useful for the school going students. And when you promote to another class or when you are joining a new school, this is highly useful. And what's that? Without more waiting, I'll tell you the title. That is self-introduction. So why is a self-introduction needed? And what is a self-introduction? Self-introduction is useful to know about a person, and it fills the gap among the people who newly meet. Okay? So, for a good self-introduction, you should order up the points and you should frame everything in your mind before you present yourselves. So, what are the points? What things we should keep in our mind? That's what I am going to tell you. So, step by step I will help you. Take a note of everything, and after finishing, try it out yourself for the first time and you will be really amused. So before the things that I have sorted out for you, let me tell you how to present yourselves before an audience. So when you first of all meet your audience, so I know you are very young, so you will be afraid of facing an audience, isn't it? So that fear should be eradicated. Okay, so when you first time present yourselves to an audience, be very bold and be very strong to put up your ideas, and your eyes should look straight. Okay, and do not fold your hands or crinkle your hands out of fear or just bend down your head. No, just look at the audience, be bold and be brave to put up your ideas. I bet. So only for the first minute you will be afraid, and after that you will definitely gain some confidence and you will be doing much better than the previous one. So before giving a self-introduction, give a good practice to yourselves before the mirror of your house. So in the list that I have sorted out for you, the number 1 is your personal details. That is your name, age, and the school where you study. Okay, let's see that. So how should you say your name? So what we are practiced so far? My name is so and so, isn't it? So let's do with a better one than that. So how can we say? I am. Okay, I am your name. Okay, so I am, for example, I am Anjana. Okay, then your age. I am 14 years old. Next to that is the class and school you study. I am studying in 9th standard. Okay, I am studying in 9th standard at your school name. At Himayam Matriculation Higher Secondary School in Chennai. Okay. So let me repeat this again. I am Anjana. I am 14 years old and I am studying 9th standard at Himayam Matriculation Higher Secondary School in Chennai. Are you clear now? The second point is you should tell about your family. Okay. So we live in two kinds of family, that is a nuclear family and a joint family. So what is a nuclear family? Nuclear family is a father, mother and the children. If it is a joint family, father, mother, grandparents or some other relatives and children. Okay, so this is a nuclear family and that is joint family. Suppose you live in a nuclear family, how can you say it? I live in a nuclear family with my parents. I live in a nuclear family with my parents. If you live in a joint family, I live in a joint family with my parents and grandparents. Are you clear? Then under this you should tell about your father and mother. Okay. So how to say that? The parents' occupation. My father is a businessman, or my father is an engineer, and so on. Okay. Next to that, your mother. So most of your mother might be at home. So how would you commonly tell them? My mother is a housewife, isn't it? That term is wrong. You shouldn't use that term. So how can we say that? My mother is a homemaker. My mother is a homemaker. Fine. And how could you introduce your brothers and sisters? So we put in a term this brothers and sisters as siblings. Okay? Siblings. S-I-B-L-I-N-G. Sibling. Okay? So how could you tell that? I have a sibling. He is 17 years old and he is studying in the class 12. Okay? So let me summarize this for you in two ways. The first is for nuclear family. I live in a nuclear family with my parents and I have a sibling. He is 17 years old and he is studying in class 12. My father is an engineer and my mother is a homemaker. We are residing at Velachery in Chennai. And the next one is for joint family. We live in a joint family with my parents and grandparents. I have a sibling. He is studying in class 12 and he is 17 years old. My father is an engineer and my mother is a homemaker. And we are residing at Velachery in Chennai. The third point is, as a school going student, you can include your favorite subjects. So one can say one's favorite subject. So let me give an example for that. My favorite subject is English. I love English because it has got more interesting and thrilling stories of real life incidents and fictions. So English is my favorite subject. So like this, to your favorite subject, you can add up the reason why you liked it. Hope you understand. So the next point is one's strength and weakness. So you should add up this also to your self-introduction. So how could you say your strength? Strength is the positives that is available in you. Every human being will definitely have a positive thing in you. So just sit and identify what's your positive as well as your weakness too. What's your negative? Fine. So let me give an example for that. My strength is being punctual to the school. And the second one is when you tell about your weakness in general, you should not tell it directly to the audience because it will create some negative impression. So how could you say that? You can say that you have such and such a weakness, but you are working on it, you are making it better or you can improving it. Let me give you an example. I told you already my strength is being punctual to the school and my weakness is I am little weak in maths, but I am working on it to make it better. So I hope you got a clear idea. The next is the hobbies. Everyone will have their own hobby. So what you can add up with a hobby? The things you do at your free time. Say for example, reading storybooks, drawing, painting, singing songs, dancing, anything you can add up. How can you say? My hobbies are reading storybooks, drawing and singing songs. Okay. So the last point is the most important and the needed one for the self-introduction. That is your role model and your ambition. So this last point I have linked. Why? Let me tell you a sample, just observe it. I take up Mr. Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, as my role model because he belongs to a normal family and he has gone to that height because of his hard work. So my ambition is to own a software company and give job opportunities for the young and talented youths. Do you understand why I have linked up both? Through your role model, you should say your ambition. If you do like that, your self-introduction will be much more interesting. Fine. So I believe that everyone has enjoyed this class. Hope this is highly useful for you. Take a note of your own self-introduction and try it in front of your mirror. Thanks for watching. Don't miss to like, share and subscribe.